A high school teacher was arrested and charged with 5 felony counts of activity with an 18-year-old male student. So recently, this teacher has obviously been gotten a lot of backlash when it comes to the school board. She lost her job. She got a lot of stuff going on. Basically because she was in a romantic relationship with one of her 18-year-old students. Now, I thought it was very, very interesting because, when I saw this video, of course, me, just my own mentality, I'm like, this is so wrong. This is wrong. When parents are sending their children to school, they are expecting you to do one thing and one thing only: teach. Okay? They are, hoping slightly that there's going to be some kind of safety or protection for them as well, but they are entrusting their children in your care for you to teach them so that they are able to go back into society and be, intelligent adults with great handwriting that can understand, problems. They have critical thinking skills. They have all the abilities that are necessary so that they can be full-fledged, adult human beings, again, problem solving, being able to interact with their peers, under the guise of your teaching skills. That's what they are expecting. Ironically enough, when I went to the comment section of this post, I was expecting for a lot of other people to be outraged in the same way that I was outraged, right? Like, I'm expecting the same kind of feedback, the same kind of feelings. And to my surprise, I found a lot of women in the comment section, but instead of holding this woman accountable, they did the exact opposite and were making extreme, lighthearted jokes about this entire situation, which I did not find funny, but I wanted to bring it to you guys so you guys can go ahead and see what I saw. Okay? The first comment that I saw, this woman said, these are all women that made all of these comments, by the way. This woman says, I know I say the dating pool has piss in it, but I didn't say go to the kiddie pool. And I always look at the likes on these posts because these are the other people who are in agreement with the same exact thing. To me, that's not a joke that I would find. I don't find this funny at all. I don't find it funny. Next post I saw, it says, at 18, is he not a consenting adult? Her action was disgusting considering she was in an authoritarian position, but he's an adult. Let him have committed a crime, and I guarantee you he'd be considered a grown man. The other one said, damn, she couldn't wait for him to graduate. Ain't that serious, sis? Now, this is where I have a problem. This is where I have a genuine problem because, so many women talk about how it's not fair to have a double standard. The double standard's not fair. Men and women should be able to do the same exact things. We should not hold women to one standard that we don't hold men to. But at the same time, if the roles were reversed, if this was a male teacher and a female student who was 18 years old, these women in the comment sections would not be singing this tune. I can guarantee that. They will be saying how awful it was, how disgusting it is. They will be saying, throw him under the jail. This is terrible. How could they hire him? Women have to be careful, protect women. This is awful. How could he do that? He groomed her. He's grooming. This is terrible. Why do we not have that same level of protection for our boys, for our males, for our sons? Why do we just put them out there and push them out there and expect them to be a full-blown a grown man just because they're 18? Aren't women the same ones that say that, men mature slower than women? So if that would be the case, why is it that we're looking at this 18-year-old like he's 50? That makes no sense to me. Where is the same protection that we have for our daughters, for our sons? It disgusts me. It has nothing to do with him being 18. It has everything to do with him being a student at the school. A child. When they are giving these teachers these jobs, they are not expecting them to have intimate relationships. It is a conflict of interest. This person that made the middle comment, they almost got it right. Oh, is he not a consenting adult? Let him have committed a crime, and I guarantee you he be considered a grown. Okay, depending on how heinous the crime is, a 16-year-old can be considered a grown adult. So if she did the same exact act with a 16-year-old, would you agree with that as well? Because if they were charged for a crime that was heinous enough, they would be charged as an adult? Are you listening to yourself? Because that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Where she got it right was the authoritarian position. Authoritative position. Meaning, I can give you an F if you're not intimate with me. I can fail you and make it so that you don't graduate if you don't do as I say. It's a control position. And based on the counts, you don't know how much of that authoritative power she was actually using to, influence this young man. There's more comments. Okay? There's more comments. Let's go ahead and get into the other comments. Another woman said, y'all gonna be mad, but if I was his mom, I would have just had a conversation with her about it and not press charges. As long as he stayed in school and kept his grades up, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. He's 18, not 15. And this is why some people shouldn't have children. This is why. If your daughter was 18 and her teacher was 26, would you be mad? Would you say, I'm not going to be mad? I wouldn't have pressed no charges. I wouldn't have had no problem as long as she stayed in school and kept her grades up? No, you wouldn't have. This is crazy. This is crazy. Stop expecting, boys to immediately become men at 18. That's not reality. It's the same thing that I say, all the time in other videos where these younger girls, they get out of high school and they expecting this 18-year-old to pay all their bills. Where he gonna get the money from? Y'all are in the same boat. You guys are still kids. You're still figuring it out. You're still trying to understand life. You as a mom, you wouldn't be mad. You wouldn't press no charges. You wouldn't have done this. That says a lot. You wouldn't ask no questions. You wouldn't have figured out about how he feels. How did we even know how the mom found out? Maybe her son came to her and was like, yo, I got to tell you about this situation with this lady. She's tripping. The next comment says, this is a weird situation. She should have definitely been punished for her actions, but I do feel her punishment is a bit much since he is technically at the age of consent. Listen, I don't care. Because if it was a man, we'd be holding them to a higher, we would be holding them to the fire. That's what we'd be doing. And nobody would even think nothing of it. They would say, nah, he's tripping. She's young. She's a kid. She's this. She's that. Nobody would say anything about it. If it's a woman, they should be charged as well. Again, it's more than just the age. It's a position that you're in. The amount of control you have over so many things within school. It's a force. This is a continuation where we can see the rest. It says she for sure shouldn't be a teacher. Some fines and mandatory therapy. If I was the mom, I would have been totally disgusted with both of them. Her life is legit ruined because she was so overwhelmed with lust for her student. She's a pretty girl and there is a world of men out there. This is why therapy is so important. Fines and therapy is not enough. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think that's enough because you don't understand or know the amount of trauma induced on this situation, on this young man. on this family, on the whole scenario. You don't understand. We don't know. We don't know the weight of it. A lot of people think that just because you are born a male, that there's no way that you're going to have any trauma. There's no way that you understand what pain feels like. There's no way that you can understand, being emotionally or even physically or mentally manipulated, dealt with in a certain way. There's no way that you're going to be having anything to bear on your shoulders, and that is not true. These same men that y'all be complaining, these men, they be this and they be that. I don't understand why these men, you complain about them when they're grown adults, when they're 25, 30, 40 years old, you're complaining. But where do you think the pain starts from? Where do you think it stems from? You think they just wake up one day with pain? It's because of the lack of protection for a lot of them in their younger years. We've seen, comedian D. Davis. We've seen so many people come out and talk about, their childhood traumas from when they were at a young age and a older woman took advantage of them in their immature state. And how people, they try to dap them up. They tell them to shrug it off. You're a boy. That's what you made for. Whatever. That's what it is. Where's the protection? And again, I know that there might be a lot of people who don't agree with me. But that's why this is my opinion. It's my opinion. As a true lioness, when I see younger children, I think of protection. This is a very big difference to, you going out there and you being, in college and you being in a different situation and you meet somebody on the street and you guys are, connecting in a different kind of way where you guys are saying, yeah, I want to be with you, whatever the situation is. You are both consenting. Again, let's keep in mind the authoritative position. And when you sign up as a teacher, the duty and responsibility that you have to teach these children and not to, align with them in a certain manner is where the majority of the problem lies. I'm just keeping it real. This is my opinion. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.